Welcome. Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com. Another wine, a little bit different this time. We're at the upper edges of our price range. This is a wine. I'll tell you the name first. Let me grab the bottle after the drummer gets done. Daou Cabernet Sauvignon Paso Robles 2020 from their Discovery Collection. This is a wine that lists for $30 on Daou's website. Now, wines on website always list higher than stores, or usually because they don't want to compete with the stores. They want the stores to make the sales, but if you buy from them, fine, because they get to keep all the money that way. Otherwise, they get half the money. So this is a wine I found for $17.99. And Daou is a leading producer, winery in Paso Robles. They make Bordeaux-styled wines. They're Cabernet Sauvignon producers. They're well known for that. And this is their entry. I mean, if you can call it entry level at that price. And what got me thinking about Daou, because we just recently did a Trader Joe's Satin Moon or something like that wine that was $5.99, and it tasted like a $10, $12 wine for $5.99. And I was very impressed because they got all they could out of the grapes. And when you're making a $5.99 wine, what you can do, the extraction of the grapes and what the grapes can give up is one thing, and they did a great job at that. But this is the entry level, and this is a drink it now wine. That they did not make this wine the same way they would make their $150 wines or their $80 wines. They picked the grapes at just the point where the tannins would be the least, but it was still ripe, because they wanted the wine to come together. If you have too much tannins in your wine, you're going to have to age it for a couple of years just so before you can sell it, and that's not the point of this wine. And you're not supposed to put it away for 10 years and drink it. This is a wine you drink right now, even though a lot of these wines you can, but no one ever does, because they're supposed to be drunk now. And if you own a cellar, you're putting expensive bottles there because it costs a fortune to have a cellar. You're not putting these inexpensive wines, and this is still a wine that's made to be at its best as soon as you buy it. Now I'm going to have a sip, and we're going to talk about some drinking strategies here. A lot of the wines we feature on cheapwinefinder.com are store brands, negotiant wines. There are reasons for them that they are bang for the buck wines. They have price advantages over retail wines. You can get more for your money that way. But there's another way. You go to these high-end wineries who also offer a wine that's going to be in the $20 or a little, in this case, a little under, and they don't fool around. I mean, they're giving their $20 wine their all. I don't think this wine had estate grapes in it, but Daou and Paso Robles can contract really high-end vineyards for their grapes. They're not going begging. They can. If it's known that they're going to put it in their wines, they're going to find somebody with some great grapes to sell it to them. So the grapes in here, even though it's estate's fine, but a good vineyard's a good vineyard. It doesn't matter if it's estate or not. I mean, if the estate wine, the winemaker knows those with years of practice with them, and maybe if it's contract wine, they don't have that practice, but that does make a difference, but not all the time. I'm going to take another sip. And while I thought the $5.99 Trader Joe's wine was bang for the buck because it was $5.99 and it tasted $10 to $12, this $17.99 wine is sincerely bang for the buck. Yes, it's made in a drink it now style where expensive one, it won't be that way. It's a little more fruit forward. The tannins are a little more pulled back, but this is still a balanced, excellent wine. But it's going to have full flavor. It's going to have all the skills. The same winemaker who makes $150 bottles of wine is making this $17.99 wine. And yeah, $17.99 is cheap for this. I got it at Binny's in Chicago. They have a huge online collection. So if you're looking for Binny's, Binnys, they're huge. They're a big store. Their stores are like the size of Targets. Take another sip because this is a good wine to drink. Yeah, I mean, it's got, the flavors are long. They're actually delicious flavors. It's got, like, there's some spices, there's some soft flavors, there's chocolates, there's blackberry, there's blueberry, there's strawberry, there's different levels of spice, there's vanilla, there's mocha, there's things going on here. And it has balance. It keeps on going. This is a good Cabernet Sauvignon. You're not giving up anything this is a full-featured Cabernet Sauvignon. Just because it's made in a drink it now style doesn't mean it doesn't compare with more expensive wines. Actually, this wine, when it was reviewed, got 93 and 92 points for the top two people reviewing wine, and the $150 wine got 94 points. So it's like a point difference. What does that mean? So you're talking quality, and you're talking a wine that's not that expensive. Is it bang for the buck? Yeah. Is it something that cheap wine finder do? You know, if you don't have the budget or you don't feel like drinking a $18 wine all the time, well then, then it can be for special occasions. And if you're going to spend money for special occasions, you want a wine that brings it. And that's what this wine does. It does bring some satisfaction. It does bring some skill level. For the winemaker did a great job. They got all they could out of these grapes. Like I said, and if it's in a drink it now style, well, that's something that us cheap wine finders are used to and appreciate. Sometimes like aged wine, a 20-year-old wine, you go, that's it? Because what's good about that isn't something you're used to. You're used to more fruit forward, more lively, more bright wines, and these are wines that are a little bit different. So having a drink it now style, that's the most popular style in the world. It doesn't make the wine any less. It makes it actually, if you think about it, more. So I'm going to take a sip, and then we're going to say goodbye. Yeah, it's excellent. So there you go. Domain Dave, cheapwinefighter.com, Daou Paso Robles Cabernet Sauvignon 2020 Discovery Edition. Daou's a beautiful place. I got a link to their website on the cheapwinefighter.com. If you're ever in Paso, visit it. It's on top of a mountain overlooking rolling hills and valleys. It's a great place and great wine too. So like us, we like your podcast, if you will, please. Thank you very much. And I'll be talking to everybody. I've got a couple of things. I think I've got something by Bon Jovi of all people coming up. And that's it for me. Adios. Keep it cheap. Stay cool. And I'll be talking to everybody. Bye-bye.